Hey loves, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk a little bit about master manipulation in the beauty industry. I wonder how you guys feel about that. Do you guys ever feel like people are just selling you shit? Because 90% of us are. We're just trying to make our sales, our commission, our quotas, or whatever, right? Especially if you work for somebody and that is their way that they do things in their business. This is Max. He's going to be part of the channel too. He's chewing on a bone right now and he's just not want to be bothered. That's why I'm able to finally actually make this video. So yeah, how many of you guys feel like that? How many people feel like they go into a med spa or they see all these people on Instagram and TikTok and even YouTube and they're like, you need microneedling done, you need this done, you need that done. Well, like why? It always reverts me back to the question, why? Why do I need this? Why are you trying to sell me this? Why don't you just educate me about it, right? Like, can we educate people about it? So how I do this in my business is sometimes I have Zooms with clients. Yes, I can't feel their skin, but I've been doing skin for over a decade, so I can kind of relate to exactly what they're portraying to me, especially speaking to them and listening to their concerns and all that stuff, right? So then I have them come in, but a lot of the stuff is like done online now. We have all these booking sites, all these booking systems, and it's just like, it's overwhelming. Sometimes there's too much shit on people's menus. Yes, I always tell people like maybe just do an a la carte, but that's still overwhelming, right? Like if you think that you need a microneedle done and it's $400 somewhere, which I love microneedling. I think it's the #1 treatment and everybody should get it done. But it reverts me back to the question, like, why? Why does a 21-year-old who has amazing, beautiful skin need something like that? Well, if they were to come in and see me, I would say it's for pre-prevention, right? You can always start at a young age. And this is like what gets me a little stirred about this. And if anybody else feels like this, let me know. Where it's okay if you want to get Botox and fillers very young. It's okay if you want to fix the bridge of your nose. It's okay if you want to enhance your lips. It's okay if you want to make sure you don't have any texture, which everybody has. But why? Like, why am I going to be doing this procedure on you? What are your concerns and how do we make them match? That's my job as an esthetician, and correct me if I'm wrong. I think that sometimes when we go places, and I've heard it from clients, I've heard it from other estheticians, and I train estheticians in the industry, so I know that they've worked and, been in places before they go out on their own where they feel the exact same way. And I think that half the stuff that we offer in our industry is great, and I think it's real, and I think half of it is a fad, and it's just something that is a selling tactic, and I'm probably gonna never hear the end of this in the comments, and I really don't care. But I would love to just have you guys just get educated more. So that's really why I'm making this video. Educate me about what I need and match that with what your concerns are, right? Like if I suffer from acne and it's so bad that I don't want to go on Accutane, but I also don't want to leave my house, how are we going to fix that? It's not by giving them different dermatologist numbers, putting them on different, medications. It's really getting to the source of why their acne is even occurring. Like, where is it coming from? Is it coming from your hormones? Is it coming from a diagnosis that you have? Do you have an autoimmune? Do you have a hormone imbalance? Are you playing sports and just letting sweat sit there? Are you working out in the gym and maybe not changing your sports bra or your shirt after? There's so many things, right? Are you intaking so much dairy because you absolutely love it so much that these papules and pustules you have all over your face, when I extract them, I'll be able to let you know, oh, this is from cheese, right? Because of the wax that comes out of it. If it's cystic, it's definitely probably something that's an underlying issue related to hormones. When they hurt so bad and you're like, fuck, how am I gonna ever get rid of these or fix them? Sometimes it is going to a dermatologist and having to get them injected by cortisone shots, which not a lot of people want to do because they can dent your face. It takes time and it takes a lot of patience, and sometimes my clients or your clients out there, or even you in general, you don't want to go through that process of 3 months of waiting to see how is my skin gonna look after I'm on the skincare regimen for 2 or 3 weeks. You're gonna purge. People hate that shit. So then they run back to doctors and dermatologists or med spas, and they want a quick fix, and that's fine, but it's not gonna help your end result. If you suffer from severe hyperpigmentation and melasma, IPL lasers are going to fix that temporarily. They're not going to fix it completely, right? As a medical esthetician, I want to revise your skin. I want to help you get to your end goal of maybe not being able to wear any makeup, or feeling comfortable enough in your own skin to not have to wear heavy makeup, or, you know, whatever that is for you, whatever that looks like for you. I know a few years ago, I got diagnosed with Crohn's, and then a few years after that, I went off of birth control and I got diagnosed with PCOS. So generally when there's one autoimmune lingering, there's usually another dormant somewhere, but because I was on birth control, my body was not registering that it had an hormone issue, right? Because my hormones were being suppressed. When I went off of it, I gained weight out of nowhere. My hair was falling out. I had severe cystic acne, texture. My skin wasn't good. I was getting psoriasis and eczema in my hair. It was a fucking nightmare. And I know a lot of people suffer from this because I hear it daily from women and men in general. If their testosterone's off, if their progesterone's off, if all these things are happening, right? And then they go to the dermatologist and they get all this medication and it like doesn't work. It may for a few weeks or a few days, or maybe not at all. And then you're to the point where you're just so goddamn frustrated that you're like, why the fuck am I even doing this, right? So that's why I kind of want to start this channel. I know that I've posted some stuff on it. I have some of you that subscribed and followed me, but I'm going to definitely be on here a lot more with longer videos, kind of going over things, answering questions, probably getting bashed and having to go against people, which I really don't care. I'm ready for you. But yeah, it's frustrating. It's annoying. And then you go to these places and they're like, you're getting a treatment done. It's like $400. And you're like, why? Why? I may see a result, sure, but why? And I'm not knocking med spas. I've worked in many of them. I've ran some. I help people open them. But my end all goal is like to have people maybe know on social media that it is okay to be frustrated or overwhelmed or feel like a certain procedure or something didn't work for you. Or maybe you went to, a salon suite or a med spa that was running a special and you just got a facial and you're like, okay, well, nothing happened. Well, that's not how it works. Skin is very tricky, and I can have a whole family with the same bloodline and same genetic gene pool. And Max, you like this bone? He like loves this thing. And it's not going to work the same for every single person. It's going to take time. People heal different. Skin takes either a very short time to heal, a very long time to heal. Skin conditions take a very short time or a very long time to revise them. It depends on what your goals are. For me, I wanted to be an esthetician that wasn't covering the boils on my chin, where if I would touch them, I would want to jump through the roof. And that's the God's honest truth. How many of you have ever had a pimple where you're like, this fucking thing is going through my body and it hurts? It like hurts. And then you put on all this makeup and you're like, fuck, I feel like everybody's staring at me, or I can feel it. I help a lot of young teens too that get bullied in school, get called pizza face and shit because they're getting tortured and it's not their fault. Maybe their mom had it when they were younger. Maybe it's genetic. Maybe they have a problem, a hormone problem, a chemical imbalance. They're eating too much stuff, like shit. I don't know, but it sucks. It really sucks. And then you go somewhere with hopes that, okay, get one treatment done and I'm gonna look fine and I'm gonna look like all these people and I'm gonna have the most amazing skin and perfect whatever. Like, I don't have a filter on. I worked hard to get here. I educate my clients also on certain makeups that they should be wearing if they're trying to revise their skin. If you don't wear a ton of makeup, but you're subconscious about something else and you wanna know how to fix it. Like, that's what I want this channel to be for. I want it to be a platform for people to just have a safe place, talk about it, want to know, anything from me and my experience. I've been doing this for over 15 years. It's like, I've worked for plastic surgeons. I've worked for big med spas, small ones. I've had my own big and small. I've had employees. I've worked only for myself. I've helped over 25, 30 people open their doors here, on Long Island. And now it's going global to where I can help you start your beauty business or your aesthetics business and feel confident and comfortable in knowing how to help your clients. Or if you're working somewhere and you're like, I can't grow here. This isn't for me. I don't like what they're selling. I don't like what they're doing. I don't want to push this down people's throats. I mean, then let's help you out, right? I'll never forget when I worked for MAC. I think it was for like a week. And my aunt, Leanne, who taught me how to do my makeup, back in the day, she worked for MAC, and she was one of those amazing, she got to work for one of the amazing, you know, years of MAC, or seasons or decades, where she got to travel. She traveled all over London and Paris, and she traveled everywhere, and she did makeup. She did New York Fashion Week. She did shoots. She did, I mean, everything. And I remember when I was 10 or 11 years old, she taught me how to do my eyeliner, and she gave me my first Chanel makeup brush. And, you know, I wanted to be her. I wanted to do it. I was like, Mom, I want to like travel like her. I want to do the things. So, you know, I was 10 or 11 at that point. And then when I first was able to get, you know, like a job, then, well, I got a job at MAC, and it definitely wasn't the way that my aunt was able to enjoy it. Not only did I have to put on multiple pounds of makeup, and it had to be theirs, right? When I worked for them, it was like, no, it could have just been the one mall I was in. I'm not saying all MACs are like this, and it is great experience for you to feel comfortable with selling and just really like, you know, putting yourself out there to get clients and talk to people. But the experience I had was like, you know, I had people that were intimidated and overwhelmed with what I looked like and how much liner I had on and crazy lip colors, and they almost felt like shied away to want to do any of that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I had the ones that were like, oh my God, you're so pretty, I want to look exactly like you and buy all these things and whatever, and it was great. But I did go to Sephora after, and when I worked there, it was a lot more real one-on-one people, young girls, older women, in between, that would just come up to me and be like, you know, you're so pretty, like your lip color is so pretty, I wish I could wear a color like that. And I'm like, well, why can't you? Let's go find you one. Or, you know, they were like, oh God, your brows are perfect, how do you draw them like that? I'm like, well, let's go find you a brow kit and I'll show you real quick in the mirror. And I would do one brow and then they would do the other one, and it was like a mini little, you know, class or workshop. Or I got to like leave work every day instead of feeling like I had to sell them something, and I actually helped them. So that's kind of when I knew really then and there that I wanted to go into the business of being able to help people. And it's kind of like that now, right? It's like that analogy, like half of the industry is like MAC and half of the industry is like Sephora. And I don't know, I just wanted to get on here and talk about that today, because I'm seeing it happen a lot more and more. And I know it's because of filters and social media and all this shit, but it's like, it's taking over our entire world. Like, it used to be okay for you to have a pimple. And I mean, people would make fun of you about it, but it's not like it is now, where you literally put a filter on and you're like, I don't have any, you know. Like later tonight, I'm gonna make a video on double cleansing and how you shouldn't, you know, how you should be doing that every night, because it's beneficial for you for getting off the environment and just getting off all your makeup and all your dirt and all that stuff. And you can see a complete change in your pores and your texture if you just start implementing that one step. And I have two, you know, pimples that just went away. I just had my period, and like I covered them today. I have a very good, you know, cover up on, but that's besides the point. It's just, I want to get back to a place where there's platforms where it's real, and like, this is me just chilling on the couch with my dog and I'm talking to you guys. And yeah, so I hope this video resonates with some of you. I know I kind of went on a tangent, and I'm probably going to, that's just who I am. But I'm the Skin Genie, and I help clients revise their skin, and I help train the next generation of estheticians in the industry and help them feel confident in building their own businesses, or, you know, getting their dream jobs, stuff like that. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's the Skin Genie _, it's the Skin JEANIE _. The other one was taken. So it's another thing, if you guys want to make a business name that's brandable, you want to make sure you trademark it with an attorney. I have a very good one if you guys need it, business attorney. And yeah, I love all of you, and this is my platform, and whoever this video resonates with, I'd love to hear your comments below. Let me know how you're feeling. If you want help with your skin, reach out to me. If you're an esthetician in training and relate to this, let me know. If you're not an esthetician and you relate to this, guy, girl, whatever. Let me know. I love you guys, and yeah, wait till the next one.